If someone were to present you with the opportunity to play aside LeBron James, would you take that opportunity? At first glance, it sounds amazing. Every single season, you are fighting to win a championship. You're always going to have a mentor like LeBron James. You're always going to have that veteran experience. The amount of things you could pick apart from LeBron James's brain is insane, as he is one of the best IQs in the NBA. Now, at first glance, it sounds like an amazing opportunity, but when you look deeper into it, it seems like that this would actually be one of the more worst career choices you can make. How is playing alongside one of the greatest NBA players of all time a terrible career choice for you? In today's video, I want to talk about the LeBron effect. Now, I made a video a while back called the Chris Paul effect, which if you've not checked that out, make sure you do. But to sum it up, the Chris Paul effect was a good thing because every single time that Chris Paul would join a team, that team would instantly get better. And while the LeBron James effect might sound like a positive thing, it's actually not a positive thing. Now, some people have said the LeBron James effect is where he joins a team and kind of like Chris Paul, they're always fighting for an NBA championship. But this video isn't exactly about that. I might bring that up sometimes in this video, but this is more of a negative. Of course, before I get into the content, if you guys could leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new with notifications on. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the video. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, I said that playing with LeBron James could alter your career, but not in a good way. To sum it up, if you play with LeBron James in your career, especially at a young age as a player that hasn't fully developed, that could really mess with your development. You're probably not going to reach your full potential, and instead you're going to be a part of LeBron James's plan. I do want to mention the fact I'm only bringing up things from the LA Lakers LeBron James, only this era, because that's when I really started to notice everything. If this did happen in Cleveland and Miami, I really just do not remember. And if you could remind me in the comment section below, maybe I'll make a part 2. Let's start off with Kuzma, who a lot of people eviscerated in his time in LA. And I'm not gonna knock those people that did do that, because Kuzma didn't really look like a good NBA player. It was only in his rookie season where Kuzma actually looked like he could be something. Sure, he had flashes here and there, like that game winner he had versus the Nuggets in the playoffs, but other than that, he really didn't have that many good moments. And in the Lakers' first round loss to the Phoenix Suns, it would be there where a lot of people would see Kuzma's true colors. From that night on, every single Lakers fan would eviscerate Kuzma. He would never be looked at the same. He was seen as a joke. No one wanted him. And denying the fact that he was playing bad is not going to do anything. He was playing bad. I'm not trying to defend people that did have that opinion, as I was a part of those people. So when he came out and said that he had the opportunity to be an all-star next season, I thought he was crazy, as I was like, there's no way this man could even be an all-star. In fact, I think he compared himself to Jason Tatum. Now sure, I love when players have confidence. I love having confidence in myself. I feel like everyone should have a good amount of confidence. However, this is not the type of confidence I meant. However, is it possible for Kuzma in these upcoming years to become an all-star? Because ever since he got traded to the Washington Wizards, Kuzma has looked so much better. Lately, I've been seeing Kuzma games where the man will average like 20 and 5 and he'll have like 30 points here, 25 points here. The man has been playing so much better than he ever did in LA. And it's honestly crazy to think that the Washington Wizards, who got a lot of the Lakers, I guess, fallen assets, if that's the right word I could use, are dominating right now versus the Lakers, who are seen as a joke. Mind you, this isn't Bradley Beal carrying their team. It's Bradley Beal and all of these guys mixed together that have really been able to help out the team. In LA, Lonzo Ball and Kuzma dominated together in the summer league and in the rookie year. Well, not exactly Lonzo Ball, which is the next example I want to talk about. Fresh out of college, Lonzo Ball was set to be the next Magic Johnson, as it was clear that the Lakers were going to take him. Lonzo Ball's rookie year was honestly not what we expected, and it was pretty terrible. However, in Lonzo Ball's second season in the NBA, LeBron James would be joining the Lakers, and nothing really got better for Lonzo. Even though in Lonzo Ball's rookie year he averaged about 10, 7, and 7, he somehow did worse when LeBron James joined, which he started averaging around 10, 5, and 5, which is obviously why he was traded to the New Orleans Pelicans in a package for Anthony Davis, which would have people like Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart going to the Pelicans. I mean, it's kind of funny that when he got to New Orleans, he started to develop way better and he was finally able to become a shooter. And 2 years later, where we're at right now in 2022, we see that Lonzo Ball is on the Chicago Bulls and he's really developed as a player and is able to shoot 42% from 3, which if you couldn't tell is the best he's ever done in his career. Not to mention, he's been playing so much better, not only statistically, but the Chicago Bulls are a winning team right now. Now again, this is just 2 players, and yes, while LeBron James was not there for Lonzo Ball's rookie season, it was very much apparent that he was going to be joining the Lakers. Speaking of that Pelicans trade that involved Brandon Ingram, let's talk about him. Now I will say his case in LA, it wasn't as severe as his last season in LA. He did average about 18.3 points per game. However, in his time in LA, he never reached over 20 points per game, and I think it's just kind of funny. As soon as he leaves and he goes to the Pelicans, the man becomes an all-star and every single year averages over 20 points per game, including this season, which he's most likely going to be an all-star with the stats he's having right now. I think a lot of people thought that when Brandon Ingram was averaging about 18 points per game for the Lakers, that was just going to be his stopping point. Mind you, this was LeBron James's first year in LA, and if we all remember, that wasn't a good year for the Lakers. Lots of people were injured and they were trying to figure out their identity as a team. However, now for the New Orleans Pelicans, Brandon Ingram has been going crazy and is probably going to be a franchise player for them for a while. And if Zion does ever return back to normal, it seems like the Pelicans could be a way better team than the Lakers were, who ironically gave up on Brandon Ingram and traded him for Anthony Davis. Maybe the term gave up isn't exactly true, but let's look at the fact that all three of these players that I have named, they all played for a LeBron James Los Angeles Lakers team, and when they left the Lakers that LeBron James was a part of, they developed into a way better player, and each one of these guys in these up and coming years could be an all-star caliber player, as if Brandon Ingram isn't already an all-star himself. Montrezl Harrell is a different situation, as he already was developed when he did join the Lakers. However, when he did join the Lakers, he was completely useless. They rarely used him, and he did average about 13.5 points per game, which isn't too off his normal average. However, they did not utilize them the way Montrezl Harrell should have been utilized, and there were games versus the Phoenix Suns when Montrez would have flashes in that series, and I was like, okay, if they start him, he's going to be a problem, and they never started him. It's like his career took a pause, and then as soon as he leaves the Lakers, again, a team that LeBron James is a part of and basically owns at this point, he goes to Washington and is now statistically having one of his best seasons right now. Not only does joining a LeBron James Lakers team honestly ruin your development, number one, but even if you have developed as a player, you're basically halting your career, which you could definitely make the argument has happened before with other guys. Like, you join your team, right? I gotta put my ego aside. However, when you're not being utilized as the talented player you are, or even as a young up and coming player that's not even being developed. Number one, before I end off this video, I do know that I could probably come up with more examples, and if I looked at more players, then I'd have a longer list. However, this video would get too long, and honestly, it would not come out on time, which is why I'm opening up the opportunity to a part 2. So if this video does get 50 likes, I will do a part 2. And second, this could be subjected to not being just LeBron James's fault. Maybe it is the Lakers' fault, and I could see maybe that with the toxic fan base of LA and the pressure of playing for LA period, the Showtime Lakers, it can definitely be a struggle. However, it has been subjected to some people that they honestly do believe that LeBron James does mess with the effects of these players and their development, and I've started to agree with them. Of course, I'm not saying that LeBron James is responsible for every single player that leaves the Lakers and becomes an all-star or something. However, it's just a thought. With all that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys do leave a like on this and subscribe to the channel if you're new and notifications on. I will see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Take care. Peace.